This week in Formula 1, Red Bull's new RB20 has caught many people's eyes. Their brand new engine cover and their brand new side pods, which look to be a hybrid between Mercedes and Red Bull. Now they used to have an old Nailbox design, but it looks to be more of a vertical design this time around. And here's what Max Verstappen thinks about the brand new car.
To the Formula One field is, I suppose, pretty worried that it's an improvement on last year's. You've driven it already. What's the initial verdict?
Well, I do like what the team has done. It's not a conservative car. It's not like last year was a great car. We'll just add a few bits and we'll try to make it a little bit faster. I do think they've been quite bold, and that's what I like. They've been quite aggressive.
Now, Fred Vasseur said that calling Carlos Sainz was one of the most difficult things he has had to do, and one of the most difficult calls. Here's what he had to say.
So how did Carlos take the news when you broke it to him that he won't be with the team after the end of this season?
Well, it was not the easiest call of my life, as you can imagine, also because that we built up a very good relationship with Carlos all over the season. But we took the commitment to do the best for 2024. I'm sure that he will push until the last corner of the last lap of the season, and he can be fully sure that I will do the same, and I will be more than supportive with Carlos. I know perfectly what he did for the team over the last years, what he did for the team even last year.
And later on in the video, we'll see what Carlos Sainz said about that. Sergio Perez's engineer has said that Red Bull didn't do an amazing job last year. He said that the problem was that the car has some weaknesses. Now, this is pretty prominent as Singapore was a pretty difficult race, but also Sergio Perez did struggle with last year's car, and he said that that's more of an engineering fault than Sergio Perez's fault. Which is a pretty interesting take, because all we hear is just Sergio Perez, here's the problem. But hey, saying and admitting as an engineer that maybe your design was not the best for all types of drivers is a pretty interesting thing to say. A pretty common and unliked characteristic of these new cars that have been revealed has been the massive amount of carbon fiber that has been used. To me, this just shows a lack of confidence in performance. If you have to strip down the paint, that just says that you don't have the performance that is needed. In teams such as Red Bull and Ferrari, they show confidence because the car is almost completely covered in colours. This just doesn't send a good message, and it's also not marketable. Our RB is the most marketed car and is therefore full of colour. Red Bull knows the power of marketing and therefore has a thing against stripping colour, because it feels like you're stripping away the soul of the team and the identity that it has, and it just makes it feel so robotic, which is not likable for anyone. Now here is what Carlos Sainz said on his future and what 2024 might look like for him.
Because obviously you won't be with the team beyond the end of this year.
Well, I think a year is plenty of time, for good things to happen still. A year in red where obviously we will try to give our maximum for this team, for the Tifosi and for everyone at home and in Maranello. An important year ahead where we want to show progress and we want to be fighting for more things than last year, where I prepared myself the best I could, and I'm confident we can make a step forward.
Next up, we have the Mercedes car reveal, and this turned out to be a hybrid between the silver arrows that dominated the mid to late 2010s and the black of the Constructors' Championship between 2020 and 2021. Obviously, 2020 was an extremely dominant car, which is why it was so liked by everybody. I have a feeling that this car was supposed to be fully black again, but after they saw that the early team just kept getting smashed by everyone, they probably switched that up and just gave it kind of a hybrid. Just a thought, but I like what they've done and it looks a lot better. Now next up is the McLaren car reveal. It's still a massive amount of the car that just has no colour. They only left the papaya on there, which is obviously the most important part of their identity. And if you like the McLaren car but don't like the Alpine, that just doesn't make any sense because they're just basically the exact same. The only good thing about the McLaren over the Alpine is that the Alpine looks like it'll just swallow it up by the darkness, while McLaren actually looks like it works with the car. Possibly the best looking car on the grid next year is a Ferrari. This is absolutely fantastic. It just looks great. Obviously the red had to stay on there, but it's a little bit darker. It's more scarlet than they used before. And the only parts without any colour are the side pods, the parts inside, where you can't really see the car in the first place, which is a massive bonus because that's like the perfect spot to have it. Like for example, Red Bull has it on the bottom. They have it in the part that you can't see. That's how it should be done. Finally, Aston Martin revealed their car as well. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's the same as it used to be, but I'm not against that. It's a great car. It looks good. Why do you need to change it? And hopefully this year they can crack the code to progress finally over the season. And this is a really important season because if they keep on going back or just stay where they are, then Fernando Alonso might walk. And if you want to see a video about who might leave F1, including Fernando Alonso, click on this video right here for more information. Thank you very much.